It doesn't necessarily mean that one candidate's going to win and another candidate's going to lose, but the crowd's actually growing on the Trump side. As more outlets and newspapers say, oh, this is over, it seems as though no one told the American people because they don't think it's over. Yesterday, as he was pulling up in Tallahassee, there were thousands of people walking to an event that there was already sold out. Sean Spicer noted this, and you know he's the communications director with the RNC, and said this to Steve earlier.
About early voting.
In Ohio, where Obama did very, very well in key counties, the counties that he did well in, Franklin County, they're down 32%. Hamilton County, down 8%. Montgomery County, down 10%. Summit County, down 18%. And then you go to a state like Wisconsin, where you look at the top Republican counties, and this is good news not just for Donald Trump, but for Ron Johnson, is that Waukesha County up 28%, Washington County up 25%, Ozaukee County up 49% for Republicans returning early ballot. You go down to Florida, we have a 9% lead on early ballot, including a really big lead in the key I-4 corridor district. So in these key battleground states, not ignore, take the polls aside for a second, where people are actually voting, and I hate to tell this to the Dems, but that's actually what matters, is that Republicans are doing much better in early vote than the Democrats. They need to crush it in early vote. They're not doing it.
See, his point was, while the Democrats said over the weekend extraordinarily, we've seen eye-popping numbers in the early voting. The Democrats really need to energize their base. They think that's happening. But if Sean Spicer is right, and they've got a certain intensity on the Republican side where people who are identifying as Republicans are doing the early voting, that actually benefits Donald Trump, because in early voting, that tends to help Democrats. And day of voting, the people who are going to vote on November 8th, traditionally show up in larger numbers as Republicans.
Wow. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Republican Party. It's an upheaval, and which wing of the GOP is going to win, Donald Trump or Paul Ryan? And there was this poll that NBC and SurveyMonkey did saying that more people trust Donald Trump than they do Paul Ryan. 63% trust Donald Trump and 34% trust Paul Ryan as far as leadership is concerned.
It looks like the House by